You guys are always like, show the dog more. So this week's video is 10 hours of patting dog. Just kidding. The goal of this video was to, I guess my assumption with the video was that I was going to show the whole refrigerator installation from beginning to end. Manny and I actually talked about this. So this lens is screwed up. I just noticed. I was grinding with the camera nearby, I think, and it's like the hot metal sparks that were flying off are like embedded in the glass. I think it's plastic. This is where our refrigerator is gonna go. I have to figure out how to mount this thing today. So I'm gonna try and design a bracket out of cardboard that I can replicate in steel after. I've got a couple brackets to mount the fridge in that space in the footwell. Now I've got to transfer them to steel. Obviously the cardboard is not going to be able to support the refrigerator, so. What do you need today? So I've got one, I kind of jumped ahead. It's hard to film while you're like making stuff, but I've got this bracket. Goes just like that. Now I just got to do the same thing for the front one. Now I have two. Hello. I've got my brackets painted. I put a couple of nuts in this one because this is gonna go right behind this flange. This is a wicked good opportunity to show you guys why it takes forever when you are doing something completely custom. I'm bolting this bracket on to the refrigerator, right? I've already done this like a dozen times probably, just to make sure that the shape of it was right, the holes were in the right spot, stuff like that. And you know, that it fit and it put the fridge where the fridge needs to be relative to the sliding door and relative to like our living space. I'm bolting this bracket on to the refrigerator so that I can figure out where these holes need to be in the body, so that I can take this off to drill those holes to put these nuts in, to put the bracket back on to bolt it in. So I've got my holes drilled here for these brackets. I just wanted to show you another thing that I've been doing. Everywhere that I drill a hole in the body of the van, using some touch-up paint. This is a primer. This is the body color. This tan. It's actually called Pebble Gray, I think. But we got these from Automotive Touch-Up, and not like affiliated with them or anything, but if you need like touch-up, I recommend it. I've used it on that truck over there. I painted the front bumper on that, and the match is really good. I was very impressed. So that's pretty much how to spend a whole day making 2 brackets. I'll show you. We're all installed. You pull up with your shopping cart full of stuff, and then you can just easily like reach in here and throw everything in there. Shut the door. So then you climb in here through this little alleyway and you shut the door. And that's pretty snug. I'm not crazy about the hinges that I made for the refrigerator. Let me show you why. I was like having a day yesterday, and oh, it's hot in here. But I got over it, and I have a path forward now. Here's the issue. It's like the fridge is there, right? And now keep in mind that the driver's side is not secure right now. I don't know if you can tell. I feel like you should be able to tell. It's got a little bit of wobble, like without even trying. And this refrigerator is empty right now. The wobble is actually in this bend here. And so I ultimately decided that I can convert the press that I have, it's like a hydraulic 12-ton press, into a small hydraulic sheet metal brake. And that's what I'm gonna do. That will allow me to bend material way better than I did by hand here. I mean, these look good on camera, but like, if you see them in real life, you can see there's like some hammer marks on this edge, and the bend's not super tight. It's probably not quite 90 degrees. It's got issues, but I think I did decent for using a hammer and a vise. I've made a lot of brackets, but I can make much better brackets, and I can make stronger brackets out of thicker material than I could possibly bend myself. And this will be useful for more than just these brackets. We need to make brackets for the bed lift, and those are gonna have to be pretty sturdy because it's a lot of weight and there's a large-ish gap that they have to bridge and so on. So ultimately, I think this is the best path forward, but it means waiting for the parts to convert the press. So this is not gonna be done this week for sure. So I'm gonna show you some other stuff that we've done to this thing that I don't think that we've ever shown on video, but there's like a lot of little things that we've done, and they just aren't really video worthy as a standalone thing. Like these guys. First of all, what do you even call these things? I've always called them smoker vents because they're useful for people who smoke. But I really like them when it's raining and it's like humid, because it gets so like wet and gross inside the car. If you're driving, you can just crack the window, stay dry, let the moist air come out, get a little breeze. It's way better. But these are super nice, and they go in just like, you just squeeze this corner and that corner together this way, and then it springs back out inside the channel, and that's it. There's no tape. You don't need any tools. It took like a minute to pop those guys in there. We put a clear bra on this thing. But before that, I ceramic coated the whole exterior of this thing. And if you've ever detailed a car, you know how much work it is. And this is really like 2 cars worth of surface area. But I did that in order to protect the paint and to get all the stuff off of there before I put these stickers on there. And these will prevent rock chips, hopefully. That's our hope. This went on pretty well. I thought it was gonna suck, but it was actually pretty easy. You just like hose the whole thing down with like soapy water in like a spray bottle, and then the sticker like floats on there. Like it doesn't stick until once you squeegee all of the water out, then it sticks like immediately. These guys came from Invisible Film or something like that .com. It was like pretty cheap, and it came with like all the stuff, like the spray bottles and the rag and the squeegee and everything. It was like a complete kit, and it goes up the A-pillar and it goes across the top of the windshield. There's like a 6-inch strip there. It's just all of like the wear and tear areas. It also, this is my favorite part, it does this behind the door handle like cup thing. These things always get scratched because you drag your fingernails in there every time you grab the door handle, which is a lot. And if you look at any old vehicle that has a door handle like this style, the paint behind here is completely beat. Ooh, we also installed a trailer hitch on this thing. And this was really easy. Look at Dog's under here, he's just chilling. Oops. Oogie. Hi, buddy. It's too hot for him lately. He just, he likes the shade under there. And that's okay. But we put this tank, that's from Agile Off-Road, and it holds 21 gallons. And our plan is to put our gray water in there and just dump it whenever we have an opportunity to. It's gonna be primarily water, and we'll just use like some biodegradable soap for our bodies and for our dishes. That's, you know, something that's environmentally safe, and that'll be pretty much all that goes down there. Maybe a little bit of food scrap that's left on our plates, but we usually just wipe them with like a towel first and then wash them. So there's not really much, it's really just like any residue essentially, like if there's oil or whatnot. Oh, so I don't know if we showed you the other water tanks or not, but we'll show you these ones now. This one here is 32 gallons, also from Agile Off-Road. It goes over the water tank. And this one here is exactly the same thing, same part number. It just rotates and goes over the wheel on this side. And we've got them secured down. This guy, it's just a threaded rod, goes through the body of the van, and this channel secures it down. I think you saw these when we were camping. Ooh, another thing. Frig, I broke the tripod. This might actually be the first thing that we did to this van. Maybe. I don't honestly remember. But they give you these huge visors, right? Like, look at that thing, it's giant. But there's no mirror. So we got this one. Wave hi to yourself. It's great for Mandy to do her makeup when we're driving somewhere. When I'm driving somewhere. She can't do it while she's driving. And these seat covers. These are sweet. I really like these. They're made by Covercraft, and it's like a fairly durable nylon, but this van came with leather seats, which was not what we really prefer, but it wasn't an option to get fabric with heat and power and all of the adjustability of the seats. The only way that you can get like the top of the line seats is with leather exterior. I sweat wicked easy, as you can tell. So in the summertime, leather seats are awful. Like, my back is like drenched by the time I get to wherever I'm going. These seats are not ventilated, unfortunately. That's not an option. And in the wintertime, when you sit in them, at first it's like wicked cold. And I hate that shock. So we got these covers. They're also protecting the seats from all of the dog hair and the dog scratches and everything. So hopefully they stay in good shape for a long time. This material is like it's almost like a canvas. It's pretty rugged. And these guys extend out, and the seats allow for that to happen. There's airbags here, so this is designed to allow the airbag to come out if it needs to. The armrests are covered, which is sweet. That's a separate piece. The headrest is a separate piece, and you can still get to the button to adjust it. And also, it includes this pouch on the back, which the seats underneath do not have. So there's an added little feature that's pretty nice. And I was a little bit concerned that the heating wouldn't be as effective with the covers on, right? Because it's another layer that the heat has to get through. But you can't tell. Like, the seat heater still working in. That's about it.